Hi, thank you so much for joining me for your Written in the Stars April Horoscope. I'm Madeline and I'm an intuitive reader with a little more than 20 years of experience reading cards, charting stars, and helping people invite more magic into their life every day. So as usual, I'll be doing two readings during this video. First, your Horoscope, a broad overview of what's going on for your sign this month, and then a second, more focused spread to give you some action steps to really make the most of the month. So something really exciting is going on this month, and something that has a lot of people, kind of troubled. We've got a whopping 5 planets either already in retrograde or moving into retrograde during the month of April. That is Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So this is definitely a month to really review and reflect, to look at what's working and not working in your life, and kind of think ahead and go and repair some potholes so that your journey is smoother down the line. So if you want to hear more about what that's doing for your sign specifically, you can check out your horoscope at my blog, writteninthestars.co. But I really want you to keep this energy in mind as you go through your reading and really kind of pay attention and see where you're being directed to do like a review or a revamp. So I really hope that you enjoy your horoscope and that it gives you some insight and empowerment for the month. I hope that you will like this video if you like it, subscribe if you want more, and I would love to hear what you think, whether in the comments below or if you'd like to get in touch on social media. I've linked all of my accounts in the description below. So once again, just thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have an amazing month, and without further ado, on to your April Horoscope. Hey there, Scorpio. So excited to see what is up for you in April, the month of retrogrades. Really though, I think people make a lot of that, but you, Scorpio, transformation is good. Reflection is good, diving deep is good. So I think April will be kinder to you. How funny. Transformation is good, she says, and then Spirit's like, yeah, it is. The moon. Evolution. Got to go through a new phase. Okay, make sure you can see all this, Scorpio. And let's see what's going on. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising in April 2017. April 2017. April 2017. And if you haven't been here before, Scorpio, you will see me turn upside down cards right side up because I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't read upside down cards as arbitrarily negative. I pay attention to what Spirit gives me about the message. So, and if you have been here before, I'm sorry for the repeat message, but I get comments and emails about that sometimes, so I thought I would just make that clear. Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, April 2017. Scorpio, April. Scorpio, April. Just gonna push, make sure you can see everybody. For Scorpio, ooh, I like, okay. Oh, okay. There we go. And I think we're all lined up. Okay, so you can see everybody at your party. All right, Scorpio. Oof, pardon my cough. Oak allergies. Austin, Texas, baby. Okay, Scorpio, I feel like it's going to really benefit you to go through this transformation. And this transformation, I'm feeling when I look at this, is much more of a mindset issue for most of you. And of course, these are general readings, Scorpio, so, some messages will resonate more than others. And you may find that, for example, when I say about this card, that I'm feeling that there's a poverty mindset around your money. You could also be struggling literally with money. Like, no, there really just is not enough. And so I don't want you to feel that if I say it's a mindset issue, that I am bypassing the fact that it's a real issue of, can I pay for groceries and my rent at the same time? Because I know that is very valid. However, it is also very valid to start working on your mindset around your money, because that you can do right now. You can't instantly have a new job or, $1,000 extra in savings or whatever, but you can automatically look around your living space or wherever you're watching this right now and notice the fact that, like, hey, I'm on a computer, I have the internet, I'm able to access some free information and kind of do some personal growth here. Like even just, you know, outside of this video, YouTube is, you know, rife, and the internet in general, rife with like places where you can find out how to improve yourself, how to gain new skills, make more money, etc., etc. So this is why I say putting it into a mindset frame is actually really pragmatic. It's not just a, you know, froofy, woo-woo, spiritual, like, oh, if you feel rich, you will be rich. I know that that's very tempting to dismiss, but mindset is everything, and there's a lot of science behind that. Okay, so what I feel is that when you do make this transformation, when you kind of have this evolution of like, you know what, the moon is mystery. The moon is like, I don't know where things are going, and sometimes it's a struggle, but my God, look at what you're heading toward. You're heading for the Chariot, for victory, for momentum, for speed, for movement. Some of you have been waiting to get out of a certain situation. I feel that some of you Scorpios are going to be getting out. And boy, look, I mean, victory and then money. Like, the difference between these two cards is like astonishing. The Five of Pentacles is like, I'm struggling, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I don't know what to do. The Ten of Pentacles is like, wow, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. Like, I can pass it on to like my loved ones, my children, even my devoted dog over here. You are really heading toward a period of more security, Scorpio. And again, they're saying that part of that is the mindset, because just changing the mindset, you're going to feel a little better. But that is really going to set some exciting things into motion for you that actually brings you the real money that you want and the real sense of security. Spirit also just said that for many of you, it's your partner that is getting an upgrade this month. So it could be that they suddenly get a raise or a new job or like benefits at work, and suddenly there's like a load off and there's a little more room to play with your money, to be a little more generous, to do a little bit of like exchange, like, oh, okay, well, you're making this extra $200 a month, let's say. What if we just pretended you're not, and we threw all that at your, you know, student loan or credit card debt? This is giving you an opportunity to free up your income. So Spirit really wants you to be pragmatic about that quote-unquote extra income and be like, look, it's not extra, it's, you know, debt money, or it's savings for the future, or we want to go, you know, to freaking Disney World next year or whatever, so we're just gonna pretend that money doesn't exist and throw it into this account, and then by next year we'll be ready to go. So give some consideration to that, how you can save, how you can move your money around, and be a little humble and a little pragmatic, because gosh, like, look at this bottom row. Like, you are heading toward greater wealth, greater skills. Okay, and I feel like, okay, Scorpio, here's the thing. This month, you need to fight for what you want. And I'm talking about creatively. I'm talking about what you want to be in the world, what you want to create, the principles that you feel strongly about. This is an important month to fight for them, to break through limitations. And for example, like Scorpio, you know, I love you guys, and I have a ton of Scorpio in my chart, so I can relate. But you all have a tendency to go to, you know, the deep, dark place and kind of sit there. And Spirit really wants you to invoke the fiery aspect of your sign. You are a water sign, but you are fire of water. When we're talking about, you know, there are qualities of each sign, like the way Sagittarius is water of fire. You are the fiery aspect of water, and it's time for you to fucking work some steam heat, okay? It's time for you to steam engine, little engine that could, like, I'm gonna do this thing, I'm not gonna wait. That's what they're saying, like, stop waiting. There's no more, like, I'll have an idea, or I'm sure it will come to me if it's meant to be, or whatever. It's like, no, they want you to take action, because there's an opportunity coming to you this month that you've been, again, they're saying some of you have been waiting to get out, whether it's like out of a job, out of a place, out of a relationship, because again, general reading, Scorpio, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to be as specific as possible, but Spirit gives me like 100 messages in a minute. Some of you have been wanting to get out, and this is that opportunity. It's an opportunity that you kind of have to make for yourself. Like, sometimes there are cards for like, oh, someone's going to hand you something on a silver platter. No, this month you are going to have to fight for it, but if you fight for it, it will be there. Like, you will craft and create and cultivate an opportunity that you don't even realize right now how strong it is. To move toward the Chariot, to move toward this Queen of Pentacles, this Queen of Swords is like leadership, wealth, like exciting new change in your life, change in job, again, like, or change in location. I'm feeling for a lot of you it's a change in job, or it's like a, how do I say, like, I'm going to start this side hustle, or I'm going to commit to every day I'm going to go home and write for an hour, and then, you know, I'm going to put together this blog, or I'm going to put together this book, or I'm going to put together this video series. I'm going to start, like, I just have to start. I got to fight for it. So fight for it. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. The Knight of Swords says, even if it upsets people, even if it cuts a few people off, you can see the people falling in the background of his, you know, his crazy eagle ride. You need to be who you are. And funnily enough, you know, in the classic Scorpio symbol was an eagle as well as a scorpion, because you soar high. You are transformational, Scorpio. You need to cut through the bullshit, which is one of your specialties. Like, nobody knows how to do that like you. And I find it very, very, very fascinating that I have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and then the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles right here, and they're all next to each other. And that tells me Spirit is saying you have people who will help you. If you are the Queen, Scorpio, you have a knight at your side, somebody who is helpful, who is bringing you messages, because that's something that knights do as well. They bring change, they bring notifications, like they ride ahead to say, hey, you know, Your Highness, open the gates or close the gates or whatever. Excuse me. So you have people coming in and giving you like messages like, hey, cut through that bullshit. You need some time for yourself, or you need to get focused, and that means you need to cut a few people off if that's what needs to happen. And then you have this other messenger saying, hey, slow and steady wins the race, Scorpio. And by the way, when I said you're a queen, you can be a male queen in the tarot. Queens and kings, that has nothing to do with gender. The fact that this knight is male in the card has nothing to do with gender. You could be a female knight as well. But in this case, I'm feeling like you are represented by these queens. Because you're ready to level up in your wealth, and you're ready to level up in your knowledge, which is what they represent respectively. And look at how much growth you're ready to do. Look at how much hard work you're prepared to put in to get growing. Like, you have so much determination, Scorpio, so much tenacity. It's like one of your superpowers. When you put your mind to something and you say, this is going to happen, you can make that shit happen. And that's what queens are. Queens are creators. And you've got everything going for you this month to start blazing down a new trail. So it's like, adjust your mindset. Set your eyes on victory and then fight to get it. The money will follow. The growth will follow. You may have to cut off a few people. You may have to adjust and go slowly when you would rather, you know, run at the issue. It's going to be better for you to take it slow and steady, the better to earn this gold coin. Notice how he's chasing this gold coin, and then here's the queen chilling with her big ass coin like, yeah, I got it. I got there. I leveled up. You're ready to level up, Scorpio. April's going to be an exciting month for you, and I think there's potential for new money, new skills, and a big new opportunity. But of course, it all relies on you, and it begins with your mindset, and the mindset leads to the action. So get yourself in a good state, and then start taking action. And if any of this is resonating with you to a point, Scorpio, where you want to know more, or you'd like me to connect with your guides, your energy, I would love to work with you one-on-one, and you can check out my shop in the description below if you're interested in that. But for now, let's take a look at your fiercely focused spread. Let us get a theme for you to focus on. Wow. Okay, Spirit. Oh, I love it. Did I not say that there was like life-changing energy in your chart this month? Look at you. And there you are. We were just talking about how you used to be the eagle, and Spirit's like, yeah, let's not forget that. Because in this card, these figures represent the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. So here's you, Scorpio, and then we have Leo, Taurus the bull, and Aquarius, of course, studying up here. So the Wheel of Fortune is like, wow, the wheel has come full circle. You have come to the top, And now you are writing down the whole new cycle. Like, this is a beautiful thing. This is like something has reached culmination and a new phase is starting. So Scorpio, level up, like big level up. I love that. Okay, now, woo, let's look at what Scorpio most needs to know, or what they can do in the physical, financial, material realm this month to make the most of April. Ha! Same card, different deck. The Knight of Pentacles. Take it slow. Like, slow and steady wins the race. So don't be putting all this pressure on yourself of like, oh my God, if I'm not at XYZ place by, you know, the end of April, then nothing I'm doing is worthwhile. Like, no. The Knight of Pentacles takes the long view. He doesn't like look at the mountain and say, oh, fuck this. Like, I'm going home. That is way too high. He looks at the mountain and he's like, okay, that's what I got to get to? Okay. And then he sets his eyes on the path in front of him and focuses on the challenges meeting him right now in this moment, moment to moment, as he makes his way toward the mountain. So put your blinders on, Scorpio. Put your blinders on and really get focused. And this is like a shameless self-plug right now, but I actually have a book called Saturn is My Co-Pilot that is all about like getting focused and really bringing yourself into the moment. So if you feel like that would be helpful, I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description below. I haven't done that for other signs, but I feel like maybe you could use that, Scorpio. So now let's see what's going on for you in the mental realm. What are you thinking and speaking about in April? That heartache. Okay. Okay, so we did see a little bit of struggle in your first reading. And this is like, it's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be easy to tell people no. Like that Knight of Swords, when I was saying you might have to cut some people off and say like, hey, I need to put up this boundary of like, I'm not coming over this week or next week or this month. Like, I've really got like way too much to do and I just need to like lay down the law. It's going to hurt some people. It is going to make some people feel like set aside or like a little bit betrayed. But the thing is, Scorpio, like, you have to be true to your spirit. And spirit, wow, like spirit just said when I said that, like, if you are untrue to yourself, you are going to feel heartbroken. The minor heartbreak that other people feel when you're like, I can't hang out tonight or I can't come over until next month or whatever, is nothing compared to how sick you're going to feel at heart if you just keep ignoring what your spirit, your soul is begging you for. And it's begging you for progress. Okay, now let's see what emotions and feelings Scorpio is experiencing in April. What are you feeling, wow, in April? Okay, a little unfocused, a little bit of a need to like chop it down from 7 cups to 2 cups. I want you to notice this is a card very unique within the tarot. This is the only card where the kind of like the querent or the client is in the card. They're part of the image, but they're oddly flat and two-dimensional. And the reason for that is this card, like Spirit wants you to know that when it comes to like, ooh, if I could only achieve like wealth or beauty or victory or whatever, all of this will fall flat if you expect it to like fulfill you. The fulfillment is in the journey, not in the attainment of one of these things, okay? So what is it that you actually want? What is it that you actually want to feel? Focus more on what you want to feel than what you want to like own or possess or achieve. Like, you know, look up Danielle Laporte. Oh gosh, The Desire Map. Okay, I was like, I'm losing the name of her book. She has a book called The Desire Map that is all about, more about invoking the feeling of what it is that you want to achieve and finding it that way rather than like, okay, well, if I want to make, you know, $1 million a year, I have to get a job doing blah. And it's like, well, that job doing blah would like kill your spirit. Wouldn't you rather, you know, make 100 grand than $1 million, but be doing something you really love and that really like fills your spirit, fills your cups? So focus and get very real with yourself and really figure out what it is that you want to feel and experience in April. Do a little journaling, like get a little stream of consciousness and get clear with yourself. Okay, and finally, let's see what is activating and energizing you this month. What is lighting you on fire? Ha! Another knight. The Knight of Wands. And it's funny because I was looking for him in your first reading because Spirit was saying, oh, they're talking, they're talking about a move, like a physical, geographical relocation. And I was looking for him and I didn't see him there. So I guess Spirit was waiting because they were like, oh no, there is a move involved. Like, we know we're not showing you a card, but there's a move involved. So some of you really may be moving locations, or at least starting to really consider, like, if I want to pursue my passion, I have to go to this place, or I have to get into this program, or I have to take up this practice and go here. So whether you're going on like a writing retreat, going to school, traveling to get a new job, or join like a collective, you Scorpios are moving, and you're moving toward, changing luck, positivity, new horizons, new opportunities. Just make sure that you pay attention to your feelings, because that's what this is connected to. Think about what you really want to feel and cultivate it so you can avoid this feeling of heartbreak. And again, if others do not feel fulfilled by what fulfills you, you can't let that hold you back, Scorpio. Like, wow, okay. So I just heard this, and this is pretty intense, and I was like, ooh, gosh, Spirit, do you really want me to say that? But Scorpio, you can take this because you are the sign of sex, death, transformation, like depth psychology. And what they just said was, go ahead and you could look up, I know there's a TED Talk, and I feel terrible, I'm forgetting the name of the woman. But there are, and I'm sure there's lots of information about what people on their deathbeds, or people who are in hospice care, regret. Like, what is it that they wish they had done or hadn't done in their lives? Like, Scorpio, these are the kind of regrets we're talking about. Like, do not put your heart in a box so that other people can feel fulfilled. Like, your heart matters, and in your case, it actually matters most, because if you put your heart in a box, you're cutting everybody off anyway. So you'd only be giving them like a piece of yourself. So get comfortable with what you really want. Love yourself, love your goals, pursue them with gusto, but also with patience. Thank you so much for joining me this month, Scorpio. I hope this is helpful, and I would love to hear if this is resonating for you or how this is playing out in your life. So if you'd like to ask a question or tell me more about you, I would love to hear from you in the comments below or on social media, whatever you like. And I'm really glad you joined me, and I hope to see you in May. Have a fantastic freaking April, Scorpio. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.